Hello everyone, Thor here. I'm just going to talk about Dylan's Nightmare, the fan film based off of A New Nightmare made by Wes Craven. Was it a good sequel? Should there be more? We'll get into it. Dylan's Nightmare is a sequel to the original A New Nightmare. The same kid that was in A New Nightmare, he was also in Pet Sematary. He comes back, he acts in this kind of list like Tommy Jarvis came back for Never Hike Alone. I know Womp Stomp was involved in this. I don't know how much they're into it, but they know how to do a good fan film. Never Hike Alone is one of the best ever. I mean, it's gotten a great Blu-ray release. They're not making new movies. At least some fans have platform to come and make it. I think it's really cool. I love to see other people's ideas. It takes a lot of concepts from the original movie. They incorporated a lot of things like the constant earthquakes, which you don't know if it's in Nancy's head in the original or if they're really happening. They say that some of them are happening, but other people don't always feel them. And A New Nightmare kind of merges the reality between the dream world. It's more psychological, I think, than some of the sequels were. And what was interesting about A New Nightmare is it kind of took the idea of how Wes Craven probably viewed A Nightmare on Elm Street, because he created this great movie and then it got kind of commercialized. Other directors, other writers kind of turned it at its head and he didn't agree with all the direction. So a lot of New Nightmare was just it was a good precursor for Scream. It's where he got a lot of his ideas. It's also, he started doing the meta thing. And I think it works really well in this movie. The problem with the original is it's very long. The new one it's a half hour. I have a few gripes with it, very small, a little nitpicky. I'll get through those real quick. In the original, it was an entity that was becoming Freddy, and I feel like in this new one, the entity is just now fully Freddy, because the main character refers to him as Freddy, and maybe that's just the best way he knows him. That's just like a small thing. Kid grown up struggling with it, and Freddy kind of coming into his life and his dreams is really done really well. Sometimes you don't know if he's dreaming or if it's real, and the stuff he saw, they had a lot of callbacks. Like they had this little stuffed Tyrannosaurus. They also had a couple of callbacks to a few kills from earlier in the franchise. It was pretty cool to see. Song that was kind of a mix of two from Dream Warriors and another one. So that was cool to see. I don't know how strong it'd be for a full movie. I think it'd have to be branched out more. But it's definitely an interesting concept. Maybe make a TV show out of it. I think it's definitely a sequel you could go into, and it's more believable, and you can do a lot with the psychological horror, which is the kind of stuff I love. Kind of leave it open-ended, which if they can get Nancy back on board, it would be great. They got Tommy to come back. It'd be great to have her come in. He tries contacting her throughout the movie, and then he finally gets a phone call from her at the end, so they're teasing it. I remember when this was on Kickstarter, I supported it. I forgot about it because it was 4 years ago, and I support so many things on Kickstarter that I lose track of it, so I forgot this is even coming out. So that's why this review is a little bit late, but better late than never. I hope to see more fan film. The acting's good. Freddy looked really close to the way he did in A New Nightmare, which I thought was cool, but kind of wish they modernized it a bit. It looks pretty good. The mask just kind of sometimes looks a little off to me. That could be just me, but it almost looks like the same mask, but you kind of wish they would adapt it. I don't want to see a CG mask, but maybe make it look a little more realistic. But I think they're going for like a replication of A New Nightmare. But the new actor for Freddy was good. He was pretty funny, which that's the thing though, is the entity seemed more like directly evil and not as joking as Freddy. So a little bit of discrepancy there, but overall, I think it's a great fan film. I think you should check it out. It's half hour long, perfect length. I rewatched A New Nightmare. I think New Nightmare is still a good movie. It's 2 hours. It's really long for a horror movie. I feel like that hour 20, hour and a half is like the sweet spot for horror right now. But that was the 90s, so it was different, and Wes Craven wanted to do a lot, and Wes Craven was a great director. It's the anniversary week, so I'm happy to do this review since he's up there as one of my favorite directors, and I'd love to see more fans create something. I want to see something happen in this franchise. Let me know your thoughts below. Definitely check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.